Good day, everyone. My name is Dorcas Agbaoye, and I am your host for today. Okay, today I want us to consider the power of our thoughts. The power of our thoughts. Everybody say every time, "What are you doing?" I am thinking. What are you thinking about? And we all have different things we think about. But do you know that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he? You see those flying thoughts that comes into your heart and you ignore and allow them to get a free rent in your heart or in your mind. They can determine how we act, they can determine the character we display, and they can even determine our destiny. Go along with me today as we consider the power of thought. Thoughts are product of information. The information can either be positive or negative. It takes an informed mind to think about things. And whatever information that gets into your head are what you think about. Hence, the need for us to censor our thoughts to make sure that those things we keep in our mind are things we would like to think about. No wonder the Bible says that whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are pure, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, we should think about it. There are negative things happening around us that get into our mind. We can't blame ourselves for those thoughts getting into our mind, but we can make sure that they don't get a rent-free space in our mind. Whenever those thoughts get to our mind, we distract them by things we would like to think about, which must be a positive thing. So, whenever negative thoughts get to your mind, you discard it. And when you have the positive thoughts that would help shaping your character, that will help shaping your attitude amongst the people around you, you should accommodate those thoughts. Continue with me as we consider how to discard bad thoughts. So how do we discard these evil thoughts? Knowing fully well that they are detrimental to our mind, our space, the people around us, and even our nation at large. The first thing you should do is that you should guard your heart with all diligence. Watch the things you listen to, watch the songs you listen to, watch the news you listen to. There are some news that are not your business, knowing fully well that after you have listened to them, you might end up ruminating over them and it might cause you depression. There are some things you should not try to know the end. There are some troubles you should avoid from the very beginning. There are people you follow just for the fun of it, but you know that they are affecting your mental health. There are news you should not listen to. There are some songs that will only tell you and advise you on how to do things that are beyond your power or beyond your control. There are movies you should not even watch. See, the ear or our eyes, they are gateways into our spirit and our minds. So all those things you watch, all those things you listen to, that you think you are doing for the fun of it, are the genesis of a lot of problems. And you see, whatever goes into that mind, your mind is like a land, and whatever goes into it is a seed. And what do you think happens to seeds when it gets a place to grow? If you continue feeding it with thoughts every day, negative thoughts, you only help that seed grow and germinate, and the time of harvest is coming. Do you know what that harvest is? The harvest is depression, and the end result is suicide, death, and so on. So please, henceforth, watch whatever you listen to, watch whatever you set your eyes upon, either on social media, your space, or everywhere around you. Make sure that you guide your heart with all diligence, and make sure you have everything good. Whatsoever things are pleasant, whatsoever things are of good report, those are the things you should listen to. I remain your host, Dorcas Agbaoye.